slide. The kicker stands ready. And we are underway from the Superdome. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Dalton going to throw right away. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. To throw here, Dalton. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Andy Dalton. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And Dalton to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles Dozier, points maybe not the touchdown they wanted.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw, it's Wentz. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. A huge play there for Washington. And even 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Again, it's Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 40 there. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. On play action, Wentz. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. 3-0 after one. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. Able to connect with Dotson. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
And he's going to get it about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gibson again, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Dalton's throw complete there to Johnson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz. His throw incomplete.
Just dropped it around. Confidence of the last one ended up as a touchdown. Incompletions on the first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And he fields it cleanly. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Jamin Davis in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, here's Kamara. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. They'll look to set up his blockers. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. They'll run with Gibson. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. One more time with Gibson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. You think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Well, the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
I certainly thought he had the open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final act of the first half, Dalton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wentz to throw. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Wentz. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there. And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. So Dalton now. Being chased out left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Lutz is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. It's kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3 with a starting field position like that. 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control of that. Others, they're going to look at a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, their goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made to 42.
That probably might have been a former teammate of mine. He's called the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays is uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. Ooh, the juke. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerome Johnson from 4 yards out. And the Saints have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. They're going to try and run for it, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you, and make sure they touch it.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness. Briar Patch.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Based on the play we just saw there, he might not be able to get with the challenge and coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Sly able to put this one through, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive, because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The New Orleans offense set to take over. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Dalton. Complete to Olave on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Passing, it's Dalton. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And it'll be Dalton again. And that is incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. And he'll go right back to Thomas, complete again. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, Gibson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back over to the line of scrimmage. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Dalton and the offense now. Down by 5. A little under a minute to go. Now Dalton. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Here's Dalton. Again, it's Johnson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Dalton saying, let's get going here, guys, as he rallies him to get set. Dalton's throw complete there to Johnson. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. Dalton's throw taken in by Landry. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down. Dalton. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. So now Dalton. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Big spot, Andy Dalton. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense. Every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9.